Have you ever wondered how one city could grow to rule the known world? Let's dive into the epic story of the Roman Empire. It all began not with an empire, but a small city-state on the Italian peninsula. Founded in 753 BC, according to legend, for centuries, Rome was a republic, governed by elected officials and a powerful Senate. But the seeds of something much, much bigger were being sown. The republic grew through relentless conquest, expanding its territory and influence. But with great power came great instability. The republic was plagued by civil wars and political corruption, setting the stage for a dramatic change. Enter one of history's most iconic figures, Julius Caesar, a brilliant general, a charismatic politician, and a masterful strategist. Caesar conquered Gaul, modern-day France, bringing immense wealth and prestige back to Rome. His legions adored him, but his growing power terrified the Senate. They ordered him to disband his army, but Caesar made a fateful decision. He crossed the Rubicon River with his troops, a direct act of war against the Republic. This ignited a civil war from which he emerged as the undisputed ruler of Rome. Although he was assassinated before he could be crowned king, his adopted son Octavian would finish what he started, becoming the very first Roman emperor, Augustus. The Roman Empire was born. So, how did they conquer so much territory? The answer lies in the legendary Roman army. The Roman legion was the most formidable fighting force of its time. These weren't just soldiers. They were highly disciplined, professional engineers and warriors, organized into flexible units called centuries and cohorts. They could adapt to any battlefield. Their famous testudo, or tortoise formation, where they locked shields to create an armored shell, was nearly impenetrable to enemy arrows. They were masters of siege warfare, building incredible machines to break down city walls. More than just brute force, the Roman army built roads, aqueducts, and forts, spreading Roman civilization and securing their vast empire for centuries. But what was it like to actually live in ancient Rome? For the wealthy, life was a spectacle of lavish parties, political maneuvering, and relaxing in luxurious villas. But for the average Roman, life was a different story. Most lived in crowded apartment buildings called insulae. The streets were bustling with merchants, craftsmen, and people from every corner of the empire. The heart of the city was the Forum, the center for commerce, politics, and social life. And of course, you can't talk about Rome without mentioning the Colosseum. Here, thousands would gather to watch gladiators battle, and massive public spectacles unfolded, from the public baths, which were social hubs, to the incredible aqueducts that supplied the city with fresh water. Daily life in Rome was a complex and vibrant tapestry. So, if Rome was so powerful, why did it fall? There's no single answer. The collapse was a slow burn, a result of many factors over centuries. The empire became too vast to govern effectively, leading to administrative chaos. Constant external pressure from barbarian tribes on its borders drained its resources and manpower. The once mighty economy began to crumble under the weight of inflation, overtaxation, and reliance on slave labor. Political instability became the norm, with emperors being assassinated and overthrown in a chaotic cycle. Eventually, in 476 AD, the last Western Roman emperor was deposed, marking the symbolic end of one of the greatest civilizations in history. Its legacy, however, in our laws, languages, and architecture, lives on to this day. Thanks for joining this journey through the Roman Empire. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe